What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Another Ritual Revolution duel for you guys to check out. This time we got BLS stepping up to the plate. Man, I can't wait for Savage Strike to come out and we get the rest of the incantations. And Ritual decks are really just going to be feeling the flow at that point. They're going to be so incredibly powerful. Even if they're going second against an extra link board, it's not really that big of a problem, especially when you throw in things like Pot of Indulgence. They have so many cards that can kind of bait out the effect of the Tri-Gate Wizard that after they get rid of that, it's pretty much off to the races. These Ritual decks have a whole bunch of offense, and usually they can break through extra links. Plus, the incantations, they limit their ability to go into the extra deck, and Ritual mechanic is not really extra deck based, so they don't really care about the extra deck all that much. And BLS is a deck that is definitely like positioned to go second, because if you summon Super Soldier and you use the Evening and Beginning Night, you get to banish 2 monsters on your opponent's side of the field and 1 in their hand. It's actually quite incredible for breaking extra links. So we'll see how this one's going to play out. And you can see it's a Goki Dark Hero version of the deck, and he basically has everything he needs to pop off. Obviously, Vision Hero Vion is a 1 card is sold, up there with Armageddon Knight and also Dark Grepher. I actually feel like Konami's going to hit all 3 of those cards down to 1. I just wonder what they'll do with Malicious, because if you put Malicious to 1, you could probably just kill all of that completely, or you could just ban ISO, which I don't think they will do. But you can see off the Summon Sorceress and all the plays, he basically has everything that he needs, and this generally is going to be a Gumblar extra link with a Tri-Gate disruption. So it's a very strong board. It's basically with or what this deck could hope to accomplish. I guess maybe the better, like, I guess your max ceiling would be Gumblar and your opponent during your opponent's turn, or maybe having like Dark Law, Gumblar also. Those would be pretty good plays. But you can see right here, the board that he is going to settle on is still going to be pretty good. It is an extra link. It has Ibli on your opponent's side of the field, stopping them from being able to special summon and obviously ritual summon in this case. Malicious comes out, Gumblar's his hand, and this is really bad because, the ritual player, the BLS player, he's left with a hand that's not all that good, and if he throws out this trade-in, it could get negated. Then he loses his BLS at the same time and doesn't draw. Gateway of Chaos, he's going to let it roll. He's going to have to attack into the Mermaid just to get Ibli off the field so that he can even attempt the ritual summon. He does not negate the he doesn't negate the trade-in, but he is going to negate the incantation, so obviously he doesn't have much to work with here. However, he is able to banish his copy of Super Soldier Soul, and this is really important because now he can activate his Super Soldier Synthesis, and he can get Evening Night and Beginning Night, both of them online with his BLS. So he's actually going to use 1 from his deck, 1 from his hand, and now his BLS can banish 2 monsters from the hand. And what he's going to do, he's actually going to activate Gateway from Chaos, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but he was able to basically crack the extra link, and because of those mermaids, the Super Soldier is tied for highest attack on the field. Gumblar is going to crash into it, but he just summons Gaia straight from the deck, and I feel like the tide has completely turned in this duel. He's going to search a copy of Super Soldier Ritual, which is not even going to be used. That card's okay. It's not fantastic, but Super Soldier Synthesis is way better in my opinion. This time, he's just going to banish Link Karibo. He's going to attack over Mermaid, and you can see that the duel is obviously super swung in his favor. And once BLS gets up like this against a deck like Goki or Dark Hero, they basically only have one option as far as like getting back in the duel. That would be Soul Charge. And this was really cool because he's activating the effect of Envoy of Chaos to add it back to his hand. He's banishing his Evening Night and his Beginning Nights from his graveyard. Both of these guys float when they're banished, so because he did banish them both, he's going to be able to add a ritual monster and a ritual spell as well. So he's just filling up his hand, adding 3 more cards pretty much during his end phase. The Goki player knows I don't have a soul charge, so there's no way I can win because, Goki runs through the entire extra deck turn 1, only having 2 cards left. Even if he would have gotten... No, I think if he would have gotten Soul... No, he didn't have enough life points. I'm crazy. I'm thinking maybe if he got Soul Charge and still had a lot of life points, possibly because Tri-Gate could have gotten rid of a card, but outside of Soul Charge, there was basically no way that he could have came back and won. I'll pause for 1 quick second and show you guys what the deck looks like on paper. Okay, so this is what the deck looks like on paper. As you guys can see, this is more of a traditional build of BLS. He is running cards that are a little outdated, like Blackluster Ritual. This is the original old school one that was associated with the original Blackluster Soldier. I think that it's mainly in here to make pre-preparation of Rise rights live, because you can search both of the cards with pre-preparation of rights. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, right? But I believe with pre-prep in this deck, I believe you can use it for Super Soldier, but you have to get not Super Soldier Synthesis, but you have to get this one, Super Soldier Ritual. I could be wrong about that. I know that there's something funny in this deck, because I know that Super Soldier Synthesis is the best card as far as like ritual summoning all these BLS monsters, because it lets you use a resource from your hand and from your deck, and it makes it really easy to use like Evening Night and Beginning Night in the same turn. And that's the cool thing that BLS has going for it. Even the vanilla BLS, you can power him up by using Evening Night and Beginning Night, and the cards will get a lot stronger. I probably wouldn't use like the original, like I wouldn't use either effect BLS monster in a BLS build, because I think that they can be a little inconsistent. I definitely wouldn't use this guy. I think this guy is actually quite terrible. Definitely doesn't have anything on the original BLS, especially because this card, when I say original BLS, not this one, but this one, especially because the BLS Envoy, I mean, he's at 3s. There's like really no reason to run this one, but you know, he wanted to be a traditionalist, wanted to run this deck more of you know, just like a BLS focus. When it comes to the extra deck, he's running, you know, the Super Soldier Link monster. He's running the Nethys Link monster, which you know, requires a ritual monster, but I don't really think that you need that many monsters when it comes to the extra deck. In fact, you probably will, even playing this in a tournament, I would be shocked if you actually went to your extra deck more than like 5 times in an entire tournament. Maybe you could throw some rank 4 Xyz on there, because you might have to normal summon these guys every once in a while. Maybe they live, maybe you play like Link Karibo for your Super Soldier Soul, which I definitely, actually, now that I think about it, I definitely would play a level 1 Link, or excuse me, a Link 1 Link Karibo, because this guy is level 1, and you can banish him from the graveyard to get Evening Night or Beginning Night, and obviously those are central pieces of the deck.